2015 was a great year for Motorola. They released the Moto X Play and the Moto X Style in September to rave reviews, and even the Moto G was a huge improvement over last year's model. But Motorola wasn't done. This is the Moto X Force. It packs quite a punch and features a shatter-proof display. But is it really worth $200 more than the Moto X Style? I'm Nick Gray from HDblog, and we're here to find out. With a total of 3 speaker grills, a camera, LED flash, proximity sensor holes, and a single piece of plastic which covers its 5.4-inch display, the Moto X Force isn't pretty. Fortunately, that's made up a little bit by the brushed aluminum frame which wraps around the edges of the phone. The back of our demo unit is coated in ballistic nylon, which feels really nice in the hand, but don't be surprised if you have to clean the phone off a couple times a day since it is prone to picking up pretty much all the lint from your pocket. Like the Moto X Style, the elongated camera module stretches down the spine of the phone with the camera lens at the top, Motorola logo dimple at the bottom, and a dual LED flash sitting between the two. Based on the size of its display, the Moto X Force is actually quite short, but for some reason it's actually wider and quite a bit thicker than other devices within the category, making it feel substantially larger than it actually is. One of the obvious features missing is a fingerprint sensor to unlock the phone. It may not be a ubiquitous standard yet, but it's a feature you'd expect when you're paying this much for a device. What's clear is that you should probably look at the Moto X Style if you want something that's good looking. The real selling point for the Moto Force is its shatter-proof display, which Moto claims will not break for up to 4 years. Motorola claims the display cannot shatter due to its 5-layer construction, which includes a flexible Quad HD AMOLED display, redundant touch sensors, and various plastic panels and lenses. So we put it to the test. We dropped the phone at least a dozen times from different heights and managed to scuff up the aluminum frame, but the screen didn't shatter. The downside? The plastic panel, which allows the display to be shatterproof, is a lot more susceptible to scratches than Gorilla Glass. We actually dented the display during our drop test and have noticed dozens of little scratches across the display from everyday use. With its Qualcomm Snapdragon 810 processor, performance is spectacular. No matter what you're doing, this thing is fast. Benchmark scores show that this is one of the most powerful devices we've seen in 2015, and those numbers are backed up by its day-to-day performance. The base model comes with 32 gigs of internal storage for roughly €600, and you can get the 64 gig version for just €50 more. The 3 gigs of RAM does wonders for multitasking, allowing you to quickly jump between apps and even jump back into a game after you've left it for a few hours. And speaking of games, the Moto X chewed through every title we threw at it. Load times between levels was snappy, and we never once noticed a stutter or skipped frame while playing through some of the most popular titles on Google Play. Unlike most Android manufacturers, Motorola has left the basic look and feel of Android alone and concentrated its efforts on the enhancements that improve how the phone actually work. Pick the phone up or just pull it out of your pocket, and the Moto Display feature will turn the screen on to show you the time or a few notifications that you might have missed. The feature even works by just waving your hand over the display while it's sitting on a desk or a table. Shaking the phone twice will turn on the LED flash on the phone so that you can use it as a flashlight, or you can actually twist the phone twice when the display is off to pull up the camera immediately. You can even use the phone as a hands-free personal assistant. Just give it a unique name and you can ask for weather updates, send text messages, or ask it to remind you to pick up milk next time you're at the store. The functionality isn't much different than Google's voice commands, but the personalization aspect of it somehow makes it feel a lot more refined. Motorola's camera app is as simple and intuitive as ever. Just tap on the screen and the camera will snap a picture. Swipe in from the left and you'll be treated to a scroll wheel with all the various camera settings, and swipe over from the right and you'll jump right into the photo gallery. As far as hardware goes, the phone features a 21 megapixel Sony imaging sensor with an f2.0 lens and phase detection autofocus. As you might expect, daylight pictures are pretty much perfect, showing great detail, especially in macro shots. Low-light images are pretty decent too, but the phone's lack of optical image stabilization means you'll need to take 2 to 3 shots before you actually get one that's blur-free. Thanks to its 21 megapixel sensor, the Moto X Force can also record 4K video. Though most people don't have a way to truly enjoy 4K video playback, the feature is actually really handy if all you want to use it for is digital zoom. If selfies are your thing, you'll probably enjoy the 5 megapixel camera on the front, which is paired with an LED flash. It still has a fixed focus lens, but at least you'll be able to get decently lit selfies when you're out on the town with your friends. Cell reception and call quality on the Moto X Force are on par with other devices, We never once experienced a dropped call, and people on the other line always seemed to hear us just fine, even when we were on a crowded bus. If you consider yourself a power user, the 3,760 mAh battery inside the Moto X Force should definitely excite you. On a single charge, the phone can easily manage 12 hours of heavy use with 5 hours of screen on time. But if you use it sparingly, the Moto X Force could actually last you 2 full days. As far as charging options go, the 25-watt quick charger that comes with the device can top off the phone in about an hour and a half, but you also have the option of going wireless with Qi and PMA wireless charging standards built right in. There's no doubt that the Moto X Force is a great device. Its massive battery and stellar performance make it stand out from the competition, but the only real reason you should consider buying the phone is for its shatter-proof display. We're just hoping Motorola will be using its Shatter Shield technology in a cheaper device next time around. Thank you for watching our review here on HDblog. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe by clicking the button below.